Goer with another video today, and today we're going to be talking about LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. I understand he just signed there like what 2-3 weeks ago, so all this is new. Um, the question is, can LeBron James win the championships in LA? And if he does, especially if he wins multiple championships, what does that do for his legacy? Well, to be honest, as I said this year, or in my other videos, this year they're not doing nothing. They may make the playoffs, but other than that, they're not doing nothing. They're going to need another piece. Of course, obviously, that a lot of that factors in and how free agency goes next year, how who they get, injuries, what other teams are doing, et cetera, et cetera. But can LeBron win multiple championships in LA? Can he? Well, that's a good question. He won two in Miami, one in Cleveland. He's three. He's 3-5 in the finals. I don't know. Really, to tell you the truth, it really just depends on what the Warriors do the next few years because they're able to keep that core together. I mean, I expect them to lose Boogie next year, and if you had to choose one, like if it was up to them, you would probably say that they're going to lose Draymond. You would think they would take Clay over Draymond. Of course, I don't know what Clay wants to do. There was rumors earlier this year that he may potentially want out of Golden State because of KD being there. Who knows? I don't think they'll sign Kevin Durant next year. Everyone's going all crazy saying how Kawhi wants to play for him and et cetera, et cetera. And you know what? I'm not putting my eggs in the Kawhi Leonard basket until I see what happens in Toronto. You know, everyone was like, oh, Paul George last year. Paul George are going to go there this year. What happened with Paul George? Paul George ended up signing a 3 or 4 year contract to stay in OKC. So you never want to put your eggs in one basket until you have that player. Now, let's say they do get a Kawhi Leonard in free agency. Is him and LeBron enough to win a championship? I mean, that's good going against Golden State, but you also got to factor in too. Now, if they lose, say Clay or someone like that, well then you can stick Kawhi on Steph and LeBron and KD can have a matchup, and then you're working with some. Especially if they lose Draymond or Clay and Draymond, and you assume they're going to lose Boogie. You assume that they're not going to resign him unless he just comes in and just has like an amazing fucking return from an injury that would make them want to take Clay over him. I don't see that happening. I think that Boogie's gone. That's a given. I think Draymond's gone because I think he's going to want a lot of money and they're not going to be able to afford to pay him and keep everything together. And I think they keep their core with KD, Steph, and Clay. Remember, Steph and Clay with Draymond and Barnes was good enough to win. So Steph, Clay, and KD could still be good enough to win. It's hard to sit here and make these predictions when you don't know what the Lakers roster is going to look like after free agency next year in a few years. So we're just going on by LeBron and the team that they have now. And if all turns out right, maybe they can win one. I would say, as a Laker fan, if you're expecting titles with LeBron there, don't expect no more than one until you see how everything plays out over the next couple of seasons with him being there. But don't expect one. Now, is he guaranteed one?